Yo, what up YouTube BX? It's your boy Daddy Easy here, ipod jailbreak hacker, otherwise known as Only Use Me Tomahawk. Some of y'all may know me as Easy, like I always say, to the black to the blue, my avatar on my YouTube channel. Yeah, buddy. So, a lot of you cats been asking me, what is my favorite console and shit like that. I know I haven't been doing no videos lately. I haven't been doing no updates, anything, basically what's going on. As I keep saying over and over and over and over again that I'm moving. If I can show you, one thing I see is basically up is just a lot of the stuff that's up in that corner. Basically, that's just gonna get thrown inside the fucking truck as is. So that's staying up there to last moments, but everything's been moved around. I got a lot of shit sitting on the floor, back here behind me and stuff like that. A lot of things y'all guys can't see. Oh, and I want to just throw something at somebody real quick that left me a comment on my page. I did an unboxing review of my Nikon D3300, and one thing I hate, I know, this is just one thing I just hate what people do. You know how when you buy something and somebody else buys the same shit, then they put up a picture of their, what they got and basically try to brag. You know, I just don't like shit like that. But this video is not towards you, homeboy. This video is not talking about the bragging shit like that. I know you was on good intentions, the way how you put it down at it, but I have multiple people out there that try to basically try to one of what you're doing. This is basically what I'm working with, homie. This is mine's right here. You showed me your rig. This is my rig right here. As you can see right here, I'm rolling with the same thing, basically like the same thing you got. I just went a little bit more digitally wise. As you can see, I got my cell phones right here and my tablet back there. This is how I'm rolling with mines right now, big homie. So yeah, that's how I'm rocking with mine. So my setup, my camera right there, homie. But let's get to the topic of this. This is just something real fast. Some of y'all know I wear glasses and shit. You know that I got my contacts in, so I don't need to rock with my glasses today. So yeah, we're gonna talk about some of this shit right now. But a lot of y'all dudes ask me what was my favorite console. My favorite console of all times happens to be the Sega Dreamcast. Now, you're probably wondering why I said the Sega Dreamcast. The reason why is because the Dreamcast had more shit on there that I'm used to. I remember back in the day, before you was able to hack the PlayStation, the first PlayStation, by using a fucking CD like this. If you can't see what it is, as you can see, I still got this disc because I used to rock with my original PlayStation, but that shit's broke down. I gotta go buy an original PlayStation again because I do like playing my Resident Evil and shit like that. My Gex, Jet Moto, 1, 2, and 3. Those are my favorite games of all times, man. But basically, the PlayStation used to buy this little hacking converter piece that you plug in the back of the PlayStation, and you came with this spring. You popped inside the PlayStation, and you used to just throw this shit on side of it. But the piece was basically like a little hack shit, so you can just put the CD in, and when it spins, you pop that shit out, and you throw another disc on top of it. But you needed that converter piece. If you ain't have the converter piece, you had this CD right here. That basically it's a boot up disc, so you just have it inside and it acts as the boot, so you don't really need that back piece and shit like that. But Dreamcast was the shit. I remember the fucking memory cards that it was like a little Tamagotchi shit. You had your little Tamagotchi character on there, and they used to die and shit if you ain't pay attention and shit to them. But other than that, I remember with the memory card, you can take your memory card and connect it with somebody else had a different memory card, and you be able to play like little Street Fighter type games. It wasn't Street Fighter, but it was a little fighting game that you could play if you connected, or you'd be able to exchange Tamagotchis and shit. One thing that I used to like about that shit on a for real was the ability to level up your characters, and when you plug your memory card inside the controller, it actually gave you your score. So if you was playing NBA 2K or NFL 2K or what it was, MLB 2K, let's say you hit a home run, on your memory card inside the controller used to say home run, grand slam. Or if you was playing NBA 2K, it used to be like 2 points, 3 points, 3 points. If you got fouled, it used to show up on the memory card on the controller saying foul and shit, all that good shit. Even back then, it used to keep your score. So let's say if you was 21 and 21 and 22, you can see your score on the fucking memory card, and they can see they score on the memory card. So if you used to dunk it, you used to say slam dunk on the shit. That was the shit back in the day, and that was one of my favorite games back then. A lot of you cats is like, oh, you like the Dreamcast? Oh, that shit doesn't rock, man. If it wasn't for the Dreamcast, y'all wouldn't be getting some of the games right now that came out, like NBA, WWE 2K15 and 2K16 and all that shit. It all started with this. And this is when I first started hacking my fucking Dreamcast. Right there. You used to get this disc right there. It was used to be this gold CD. You had a gold one or a silver one. And what you did, unlike the PlayStation one, when you used to pop in the PlayStation disc, like if you wanted the bootable one, you'll pop in this disc right there. Then you'll put your copy of your PlayStation game right there, as you can see right there, Triple Play Baseball 2000 for PlayStation. I mean, I used to copy the shit out of all these games back then, bro. Y'all don't know about the shit I used to do back then, man. But used to pop this in, and for the Dreamcast, you had a CD that you had to do first. So what you do is you pop the CD inside the Dreamcast, right? And once that shit spins, you'll see, like, I think it was Night something. I can't remember the name of the character, but she used to be in gold. Or it'd be like a Yoshi character, and it would spin. And once it stops spinning, you'll take that CD out. Then you will pop this CD inside, and you was able to play copy games. The reason why that shit was hot back then, because the only way for you to play, like, the only way for you back then at that time to play these copy games, you had to have the original disc. And you had to start copying it. Then we started coming like that. Then it just came to a point that it just got crazy that people just started making bootleg and copy games. I mean, it was to the points that I had a friend that used to make the copy games, so I used to get my shits for free. So the reason why I was able, and I never got in trouble with it, because the simple fact is, every copy game that I have the actual copies of myself. I never sold them, but my friend used to sell them. But even games that I wanted, I would get the copies from him. Then I would go out and I would actually buy the real disc, whatever like that, because I liked it. My main games was Dragon Ball Z. I played Dragon Ball Z on the Dreamcast all the time. That was a fun game. Also on the PlayStation. Yeah, man. I mean, those were the days. That was fun. That was my favorite console of all time. I love the Sega Dreamcast. I wish they could bring the memory cards back for the Dreamcast and shit like that. Have it on the bottom of the PS4 controller or the Xbox One controller, shit like that, so you can actually have that experience. I remember those are the days of having fun, man. The Dreamcast set shit. I mean, was it? I think Resident Evil Code Veronica was the first console. Resident Evil Code Veronica was on Dreamcast before it hit any other console. I don't remember, but I remember when Resident Evil Code Veronica came out, it was on the Sega Dreamcast, and I played that shit until I ended. It was fun because with that memory card, it showed you the zombies, it showed you your life status. When you needed herbs, when you picked up herbs, or if you was using a handgun, it showed you the handgun. Anytime that you wanted to set it up, I mean, it was fun. It was a good thing to have. I wish I could go back to those days, but hey, sometimes you can't. But I'm gonna get my Dreamcast back. I lost a lot of my shit when I moved up here to Connecticut. I lost some things in storage. My mother-in-law actually, I lost all my shit in storage because my mother-in-law didn't pay that part of the bill for me when I first moved up here. It was a big ass move, and had things in storage that I wanted to bring up here, like my DJing equipment, my turntables, my guitars. I had to basically replace a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, Sega Dreamcast was my console. I love that console. I had every console: GameCube, Sega CD, 32X, Game Gear, Game Boy, Virtual Boy, Sega Game Gear, like I said. What else? Atari, Sega Genesis, Coleco, Nintendo, Super Nintendo. I had all those shits. I mean, I'm gonna go get all that shit back. I got a spot up here in Connecticut that sell retro games, so I'm gonna pick up the Sega Saturn back. I'm gonna pick up the Dreamcast back, all black, because that was my first Dreamcast, all black. Then my cousin wound up getting the black version, shit like that. I ain't never liked that white version though. I remember the black version came with NBA 2K and NFL 2K and MLB 2K, and it came with the memory card. So I paid about like 200 back then, because I remember I was in I was doing, I forgot what it was. I was working through the summer youth. I was doing the summer youth, Bronx, New York. If y'all don't know, I was doing summer youth back then. It was like 2000 something. And I know when you hit a certain age, they didn't allow you to do summer youth anymore. But I got my first check from summer youth, and I went and got me a Dreamcast bundled edition. And it was right there on 149th Street and 3rd Avenue. If y'all know what I'm talking about, if you're from the Bronx area. It used to be next to Party City, across the street from when you come up on the 2 and 5 train right there. Right across the street with the 41, the 55, the 15, all those buses meet up at. It was right there across the street, right next door from Party City and Soundby. Soundby was another spot. That's where I actually brought my other Dreamcast from. Actually, you know what? If I go to the Bronx now and I go back to Soundby, I gotta talk to my boy Zuzu. If y'all in the Bronx area, he's a short little dude, Indian guy. His name is Zuzu. Tell him that George sent you, Dragon sent you. He knows exactly who I am. He'll hook you up. But I need to go to Soundby or call there and ask him, do he still have any throwback consoles for back in the day? Because he sells everything, speakers, electronics, stereo systems. That was my spot. But I'm going to call Zuzu up, and I'm going to ask him, do he still have any Dreamcasts? If he has one in the back, I'm going to tell him to hold that shit for me, because I'm going to drop him some pounds right there. I'm going to cop that console back, man. I want my Dreamcast back. If I can get it brand new that's never been used, you know, instead of somebody else having it, I want it, because I know those consoles is dead, and the battery life on it is probably dead. Because my Dreamcast actually died. I had to buy a new battery, pop it inside, but the shit on it was done. I mean, I had 2 Dreamcasts, but other than that, you know, it was good. So, it was your boy Daddy Easy here. ipod jailbreak hacker, only using Tomahawks, and I catch you guys later. Birds, deuces, and one. I catch you guys later. Holla. Mouse clique.